Hi everyone, Med Made Easy here. Today I'm going to give you a quick video about a subject in healthcare that can get very sticky very quickly. Telling patients too much about yourself. Now, although it may be very tempting to share your own story with the patient, this can be very dangerous territory to walk in, because this often leaves the patient feeling that the visit is no longer about them anymore. Often as human beings, we want to connect, we want to show that we're similar, we want to show that we understand how they feel, but you can still validate a patient without having to necessarily have gone through everything that they've been through. That's why empathy is so important. We don't necessarily have to experience the same thing to be able to connect with another human being and also feel for them as well. The other thing is that when we tell patients too much about ourselves, or if they give us a story and then we give them a similar story, they may start clamming up even more and not giving as much information. It may become a thin line between helping a patient open up and making them feel uncomfortable, and they may start feeling uncomfortable. It's particularly important that if you have some commonalities, that you be very judicious whether sharing that commonality may help or hinder the patient's progress and honesty during the visit. It is very important to keep the boundaries of a patient and provider relationship as boundaries and not go outside of those boundaries. It is nice to connect, and sometimes it can be very helpful to have the patient open up in the conversation. And sometimes when we share our stories, it can help lead to the patient feeling like they have something in common and that they feel at home and they feel more comfortable. But it can also lead the patient to feeling like they need to please you and only give information that fits the image that those commonalities often project. For example, let's say your patient belongs to the same church that you do. And let's say you're LDS, Latter-day Saint, and they are as well. In the Latter-day Saint church, if you know anything about the LDS church, there are a lot of things that are prohibited and discouraged, such as alcohol, coffee, smoking, tattoos, sex outside of marriage. The individual might feel that because that you are also LDS, that they can't be honest about these things. A lot of patients don't understand HIPAA, and that HIPAA is a strict oath that providers adhere to. Often patients don't understand this. Even though they're talking to you and they realize that they should feel safe and that you're a healthcare provider, patients may feel that somehow you're going to leak the information that they disclose. That's what a lot of people do in real life, right? And sometimes if you know someone who they know, it's best to maybe keep that information just under wraps. Unless they bring it up, it's definitely something that I think could have the potential to get a little bit uncomfortable for them. They may leave out information that's really important to the visit out of fear that you may disclose this information to that mutual acquaintance or friend, even though that may be likely it's a false assumption. You see how this can turn into a sticky situation. So when it comes to common ground, it's best to stick to generic commonalities. I would avoid talking about any mutual friends, acquaintances, religion, politics, relatives, or sexuality. When it comes to commonalities, it's best to stick to things that are very generic, like sports, food, music, hobbies, if you're going to try to establish a rapport with the patient. Well, that's it for this quick tip on professionalism. Make sure to hit the thumbs up if you like this video and you want more content like this, and also subscribe and hit the notification bell, and we will see you guys later. Thanks for watching.